Hello everyone. We're gonna look at our first video of the semester. I'm gonna show you, walk through the process of how to access your course materials. We've got a it's pretty new initiative we've got going on where you don't necessarily have to go to the bookstore to buy anything unless you have a physical textbook that you're using for a class. And this class we're going to have all electronic materials, so you don't even have to go to the bookstore to get those. The charge just comes along with the class, so just the fact that you're in the class, you're going to have a charge to your student account for the materials, but it is a discounted rate of what you would get if you went and bought the materials at the bookstore. So it's a win-win. You don't have to take a trip over there, and they're giving you the stuff you need a little bit cheaper. And so hopefully it works out for you, but it is kind of new, so some of your teachers may not be very familiar with it, and even the bookstore might not be doing great with it, but it's going to be really easy for you, at least in this class. Okay, so all you have to do to get started is you'll go to Canvas. Okay, and I've given this address to some of you, and let me back up actually a little bit. If you just go to the JSU homepage, go here to the JSU homepage. If you click the little hourglass, one way to get to Canvas is you can click right here, and it'll bring you to this link. Okay? And that actually logged me in. My login info is saved there, but let's look at it from here. We'll start with the login screen. So hopefully you've all logged into Canvas already. If not, your username is your JSU email, and you can, if you haven't logged in yet, then you can just click forgot password, and they will send you a new password, and then you can change that the first time you log in. If you have already used that, then we just click on the login button. Okay. Mine's going to look a little bit different from yours in places because mine's on the teacher side of things, but I have my 5 classes that I'm teaching this semester here, so just so you know, I guess you get a little behind the scenes. I've got 3 sections of Math 110, it's finite mathematics, and I've got a in-class section of basic statistics and an online section of basic statistics. There's not a whole lot of difference between online and in-class this semester, other than online you don't have to come to campus at all, and with the in-class we're only going to come to campus on test days. So whichever one you're in, that's the situation you'll be in. So nobody comes to class except take a test. If you're in a traditional class, if you're in the online course, you don't have to come to campus at all. Okay, so you don't have to come to class at all. So I'm just going to pick one of these. Getting these materials is going to be the same if you're in finite math or in basic statistics, so it works for either one. Okay, so I've got a bunch of junk over here, a bunch of different links that you're not going to have. I'll show you what it looks like for you. Okay, on your student end. You're only going to have just 5 or 6 little links over here. Got the home page, you'll have the syllabus for your class, and it does have the textbook we're using down here, but you don't have to purchase a hard copy of the textbook unless you just like to have a hard copy. And so that is not required. You will get an ebook version of the textbook automatically along with the access code to Hawks Learning. So you don't have to get the textbook for your class unless you just want a hard copy of the text. Okay? So all you got to do to get set up, okay, is you'll go over here and you'll click under modules. And when you do that, I've got a module in there called Hawks Learning, and all you have to do is click on this Hawks single sign-on button, and it'll take it from there. Okay, it'll walk you through the rest of the process. You don't have to figure out and make sure you're in the right class, any of that. All that's going to be handled for you. And so if I click on it in the student view, it's going to give me an error because I'm not registered as a student. So I'm going to leave student view, and I'll show you what it looks like from my link. Okay. So same thing here, I've got this extra thing you don't have, and I'll click on Hawks single sign-on. Okay, I'm going to open it up in a new window, and then this is the same screen you'll get. Okay, I'm logging in as a student this way. So if you're in Math 110, you'll see that you're enrolled in this course. The textbook name is Viewing Life Mathematically. Okay, so you'll see that. If you're in statistics with me, then you'll see this white textbook with the umbrellas. There is a newer edition of the textbook, but we're still using the 2nd edition right now, so we'll be down here with this white textbook with the umbrellas on it. Okay? And for either class, okay, it will automatically enroll you into the right course. So it will look the same if you're in 110 or if you're in 204. It'll just look like this. You'll have the statistics book instead of the Viewing Life Mathematically book. So what you can see here are the assignments that are upcoming. I don't have these due dates set in stone right now. We're going to be pretty flexible this semester, but I'll update them. I've got to go through them and make sure that I don't have anything goofy going on, like I've got something due on a holiday or anything like that. I just wanted to get something together really quickly so I could show you what Hawks looks like. Okay, you do have an ebook that comes along with this, so if you just click on ebooks up at the top, it'll show the ebooks that you have. So if you're in Math 110, you'll have this Viewing Life Mathematically. You can just click on the launch button and it'll bring the textbook up. Okay, it takes a little second the first time you click on it, but it brings the textbook up, and it's page for page exactly the same as the hard copy textbook. So if I want to go to chapter 1, it opens up and you can flip through it just like a regular textbook. It is a little bit slow sometimes, but it will get the job done. You can zoom in if you need to read something there. Yeah, all that is there. Same thing if you're in statistics, just click launch and you'll get the statistics textbook. Okay, that automatically comes along with having access to Hawks Learning. Okay. And statistics textbook's taking a really long time to open. Okay, but there it is. You can flip through it just the same. Just wanted to show you where that was. Okay, so now I'm going to go back. So for either class, okay, one thing you can do to see everything, you'll have columns here that say, these are the upcoming assignments, but if you want to see everything at one time, you can just click on the View Course button, and it will show you all the assignments with all their due dates. When I put in practice tests and things like that, you'll be able to see those here also. Okay, for you 100% online people, you'll see the web test listed as I get those entered in here also. So let's go to one of the assignments, and this looks the same for Math 110 or Math 204. In Hawks, if you haven't used it before, there are 3 sections where you can spend your time. Okay, I am going to be doing videos, uploading videos along the way that you can watch, but really you don't have to have me for this class, okay, because you could go to Learn mode, okay, for whatever section you're working on, and it will walk you through. It gives you the stuff out of the textbook, gives you the definitions and all that, and then it will give you example problems and things like that. It gives you just the exact stuff out of the textbook here in Learn mode. And they do have some little videos. The quality varies. Okay? It just depends on the topic. Sometimes they're pretty good. Sometimes they're not that great. And it does have some little videos in there you can watch. And it will teach you whatever topic you need to know for that section. Okay. Again, I also am going to be uploading my own videos. Okay, but you don't have to wait on me if you want to work ahead. You can work ahead. Maybe it's something you've seen before and you're a little familiar with. You don't have to wait on me. You go ahead and work on that assignment. Okay. And the second place you can spend your time in Hawks is this practice section. Okay, and it's just what it sounds like. Okay, it's going to it gives us a set of 10 questions. Okay, and it just lets us practice the topic from that we've just got finished learning in that section. So on this one, we're finding patterns. So we would just put our next 2 numbers in the sequence in here, and I'm going to mess it up on purpose here. Okay. And you get those right or wrong, and then it gives you some feedback. So I want to show you what happens when you get one incorrect, because that's probably the more useful thing. If you get an answer incorrect, then you can go down here to explain error. Okay, and it will say, hey, your answer's wrong. It gives you some options up here. Different problems have more or less options up here, but you can go to step by step, and it will say, hey, this is how we got to each number here. And it walks you through step by step, and you can do, intermediate answers. If you really need to, it'll take you back to that portion of the textbook in Learn mode. Or if you don't want to do all that, you can just click on solution and say, hey, why was that wrong? And then you can really quickly look at the answer and say, oh, okay, I see what I did now. Okay. And you can do that at any time in practice. And also, you can go down to the tutor down here, and it will kind of let you go through the same thing if you don't want to try the question first. And then I've already tried this one, so it's not going to let me, but on some of these, it'll give you try similar. So it'll give you a similar problem you can try, and you can do more of those types of problems there. Okay. And then the most important part in Hawks, the way you earn all of your points on the assignments is through this certify section. Okay, so you see I've got a mastery level of 70%. So what that means is it's not tomorrow yet, so I can't earn any points. But if I go to certify, it brings up a problem set just like practice. Okay, but now my goal with all that mastery level was 70%. So now my goal is to get 70% of these problems correct. And if I get 70% or better correct, then I get all the points for the assignment. And I'm finished with that assignment. You can see how many more questions that you can still miss up here. Like you've got lives up here, they call them strikes. But so I can still miss 3 out of these 10 questions and still get all my points. And if you miss too many, you don't get any points, but it's okay because you can try again. You can try certify as many times as you want to. Okay, so that's completely up to you. You just keep trying. If you're having too much trouble, you should ask and get some help. Okay, but if you want to try certify a couple times, then that's fine. You don't have to worry about any kind of penalty or anything like that for attempting certify too many times. Okay. The downside to going straight to certify instead of practice is that if you miss a question, it just tells you it's wrong, and you don't have those options to go in and figure out where you made a mistake. That's what practice is really good for, is to help you find your mistakes. Okay. So really that's our goal for this week, okay, is to get started and get familiar with working in Hawks. Okay, so for either class, I'll show you. If you're in the statistics class instead, it's going to look the same way. I've got to enroll myself first. Sorry about that. You don't have to do all this. It's just because I'm enrolling myself here. So it will automatically enroll you into the correct class. So I go to statistics. It looks the same way. You got the lessons down the side, and you go through and you have the exact same section. So I'm the exact same, 3 areas you can work in. Okay, so not too hard to get started, but you don't want to wait. Okay, you don't want to wait too long before you familiarize yourself with Hawks and start working in there. Okay, like I said, I will be posting videos of my own. Okay, you do have those materials available to you in Hawks, but I will be posting videos of my own. Anytime I post a video, it's going to be on YouTube, but I want to have it linked, so you'll look under, when you go to your view in Canvas, you'll look under modules, and I'll have a module for chapter 1 and have videos, and then chapter 2 and have videos for that. Okay? If you ever have any questions, please email me. Okay, we'll start through email. If we need to, we'll work our way over to a Microsoft Teams chat if we need to do some live help. And that'll be no problem either. We can do that. My office hours, I will be available on Microsoft Teams, but you can always email me anytime. Okay, if I'm awake, I will answer you. If I'm not awake, I'll answer you as soon as I can after I get awake. Okay. I know some of you work at various different times of the day on your schoolwork, so that's okay. So if you have any questions, please let me know. This is really all you got to do this week is to get everything set up in Hawks and get started, and I'll start posting videos to help you along the way.